Relatives! To think that you, my own brother-in-law, could do this to me.
Shh, please. He's just in the next room.
For 5 years, we go to the trouble of keeping 2 sets of books. Then when the tax examiner comes, you have to give him the wrong set. Yes?
There's a phone call for you, Mr. Darwin, about the sales convention on Mr. Lucky's boat.
No, don't bother me now. I haven't got time to think of Mr. Lucky or the sales convention. Wait a minute. Mr. Lucky, we've got to have time. We've got to get those books back. Maybe, just maybe. Bureau of Internal Revenue. This is a friend of the government. I'd like to report a case of tax evasion. Yes, his name is Mr. Lucky.
Very well, I'll look into it right away.
Well, is everything going all right, Mr. Lorimer?
Well, yes, quite well. But I'm afraid there'll be a slight delay in your audit.
Oh?
I just had an emergency call from my office. An anonymous tip to be investigated. Very hot case.
We'll take very good care of your notes. I'll have Mr. Force put them in the safe.
Sorry, but I can't let these out of my sight. Well, I'll be seeing you.
Lucky?
Hmm?
Oh, here. Be careful, darling. I put an olive in it.
It's not very dry.
Well, how's this?
Not bad at all.
Well, you big lug.
Maggie, this is business.
So you asked me out for a business conference, did you?
Yeah, you're kind of cute when you get mad.
Now, small talk will get you nowhere. Oh, come on, darling. Let's go out tonight.
No, I can't.
Why not?
There's a big party tonight. I have to be here.
Well, Andamo can take over.
No, I have to do it.
Oh, fine. Every time you ask me out, I'm stuck on this boat. I might as well join the Seamen's Union. At least I get some fringe benefits. I've been on the water so long, I'm developing sea legs.
Well, they do look a little peculiar.
Well, that does it.
Hey, Lucky. Oh, boy. Lucky. Lucky, may I come in?
Yes, Andamo, you can come in.
Rat.
Listen, it happens. You wanted to do something about that fantail. What was it?
Oh, yes, the fantail. Come on, I'll show you.
Yeah.
Oh, Maggie, I'll see you at the bar. Andamo, I was thinking of putting more tables on the fantail there, and look,
Guess?
Rovacs.
Who's the other fellow with him?
I don't know. Maybe it's his brother.
Can't be. He's smiling.
They're both smiling. We better see what's wrong.
Good morning, gentlemen. Nice to see you again.
Good morning.
Lovely day, isn't it, huh?
Beautiful.
I trust you're both in good spirits today.
I think we'd better talk with our lawyer before we answer that.
Oh, what did I tell you? They're always like that, friendly, joking. Gentlemen, I want you to meet a friend of mine, Mr. Fenton Lorimer.
How do you do?
Pleasure. This is a great pleasure, gentlemen, a great pleasure.
Yes, Mr. Lorimer's interested in you boys, and the Fortuna.
Oh?
A floating nightclub. Most unusual. I understand it's been a great success.
We've been doing all right.
Well, fine. My organization loves to deal with a successful business.
You were from a large firm?
Oh, the largest.
Oh? Well,
You want to charter the boat for a party or something?
No, not exactly.
A cruise? You know, of course, the Fortuna is perfectly seaworthy.
No thanks, no cruise.
Well, what can we do for you?
Well, you could show Mr. Lorimer your books. You see, he's from the Bureau of Internal Revenue.
You mean this is your accounting system?
Oh, no. Oh, no. No, that's the accounts payable. There's the accounts receivable.
It's not as bad as all that. All those receipts and cash slips are gone over once a week by a professional accountant and entered in the books. This is the complete record.
I see. And last year's accounts?
All in the file.
Oh, thank you. Now, if you gentlemen will leave me to my work.
Oh, how long do you think this will take?
Well, that depends.
On what?
On whether or not I discover any irregularities.
Well, what if you do find... of course, you won't, but, I mean, what if you do find some of these irregularities?
Well, that depends.
On what?
On the size of the irregularities. And, of course, on the intent.
The intent?
Well, there is such a thing as fraud, you know, as distinct from honest mistakes.
Oh, I make a lot of honest mistakes. Honest mistakes. Don't I, Lucky?
Come on. You heard what the man said. Let's get out of here and let him get to work. He'll let you know how bad you came out.
Oh, by the way, we're chartered for a big party tonight. Just in case you're around. It'll be awfully noisy.
Noise never disturbs my work. It was always very noisy around Mr. Capone's establishment.
Here, drink up and stop worrying.
Who's worrying?
I'm not worried.
Well, what's that for?
The drink. We got to keep the record straight around here. Hey, Lucky, you think we ought to call our accountant?
I called him.
You think we ought to call our lawyer?
I called him, too.
Andamo, relax. Now, you pay good money for your tax help. You got the best accountants in the business.
That's right. They're only human, but they can make mistakes.
Got you kind of scared, huh?
But you went ashore.
Oh, no, you're part of my beat since you moved into the harbor.
Well, drop in. Anytime.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
You know, I sure hope your tax records are clean. Because Uncle Sam isn't as good-natured as I am.
They're clean, as far as I know. But how can anybody be sure? Have you read the tax laws lately?
Well, there's an old Chinese proverb that says ignorance of the law is no excuse. But don't worry. If worse comes to worse, you'll feel perfectly at home. Because the Fortuna is about the same distance from shore as Alcatraz.
Oh, the undertaking profession lost a wonderful prospect when he decided to become a cop.
Cheers. You too.
I still don't understand why we have to come out here.
We've got to make sure that Lorimer's actually on board.
But what will he talk about?
Talk about the sales convention. Look, you keep your mouth shut and leave the talking to me.
Suppose Lorimer is here. He still has our tax records and the notes he took.
We'll find some way to get him back.
Oh, I'm too old for this sort of thing.
You're too old to serve a 50-year stretch in a federal prison. Don't forget that.
Well, couldn't we hire someone?
Sure, we could hire some hood to recover the evidence for us.
Well?
Then spend the rest of our lives paying blackmail. He could bleed us dry.
Oh. You know, it might have been easier for us to pay our taxes.
Well, Mr. Darwin.
Hello. I hope we're not interrupting your day, Mr. Lucky.
Not at all.
This is my chief accountant, Mr. Foss.
Mr. Foss?
Yeah?
Won't you come inside?
Thank you.
Andamo.
Beg your pardon?
No, that's my name.
What brings you out here, Mr. Darwin?
Well, I thought we'd better check on the final arrangements for tonight.
Fine, but I think all the necessary details for the party are set.
Doesn't look to me like you've even started yet.
Don't you worry, Mr. Darwin. We'll be ready. The dance combo will be up here on this platform. We also have a PA system set up if you like.
Well, fine, fine. We can expect at least a total of 100 people.
Boy, that's some office party.
Well, actually, it's more in the nature of a sales convention. We're taking this opportunity to introduce our new line of swimsuits.
Oh. Do you make any for men?
For females only.
Oh, that's too bad. He does a lot of swimming.
Sit down, Mr. Foss.
Thank you.
Darwin.
Thank you.
Mr. Darwin, you did say you wanted domestic champagne, right?
Yes, I think the domestic will be adequate.
Good. Well, I think we'll be prepared to show you a good time. The launch will be ready to bring people aboard at 7 o'clock.
Fine. You can send all the bills to Mr. Foss here.
Good.
By the way, Mr. Lucky, you're not having any trouble with the government, are you?
Of course not. Why do you ask?
Oh, just a wild rumor. Something about a tax scandal. We must guard our company's reputation, you know. But I can see that you're not trying to hide anything here. Well, that just about covers everything. I'll see you tonight.
Fine. I'll take you to the launch.
Oh, no, that won't be necessary.
Did you see him squirm? That means Lorimer's aboard. We got to get that evidence back at any cost. You understand?
Yes.
Shocking. Dreadful. Outright criminal fraud. Oh, Mr. Lucky, please come in.
Maybe I'd better not.
Oh, it's all right. You're not disturbing my work.
But you were just saying fraud.
Huh? Oh. You thought this was your tax record, huh? That's very amusing.
You mean it isn't?
Why, no. This is a case I was working on when I got the emergency call to check on you.
Oh, then you weren't referring to me.
No. Certainly I haven't found anything in your books to match this flagrant dishonesty.
They're pretty bad, huh?
Sir, this is evidence enough to merit a lifetime in prison.
Is that what usually happens when you find something wrong?
Oh, no, that's quite an unusual case. Generally speaking, the run-of-the-mill tax dodger has several alternatives open to him.
Name one.
No. The government is not unreasonable, Mr. Lucky. Often we can work out an equitable deal which saves us the cost of prosecution. Why, I worked out just such a deal for a case I examined not long ago.
What happened to him?
Well, he'll be out in 2 more years. So cheer up. Look on the bright side.
Hi.
Hey.
Looks like the party's a big success.
Yeah. I better go get some more champagne. Where's Lucky?
Oh, he's out there somewhere, talking with Mr. Swimsuit himself.
I'll go find him. Have fun.
We'll allow them another 20 minutes for drinking and dancing, and then I'll have my sales manager introduce a new line of merchandise.
The PA system's all set up. We've made a room available for the clerks to dress the models in.
Good. See, I'm very pleased with your arrangements, Mr. Lucky. In fact, there might even be a bonus in this view if everything goes off right.
Oh, I'll try to see that it does. Excuse me.
Certainly.
Well, you here? Why?
Oh, somebody reported a noisy party. I thought I'd investigate.
Oh, that'd be funny.
Hey, Lucky, we better bring up some more champagne, huh? Too many freeloaders.
Well, tell the boys to get it.
By the way, how's my friend Lorimer doing?
He's hard at work on our books. He said he could finish up tonight. Save himself a trip out here tomorrow.
Oh, he's a devoted servant of justice. He should have a public statue.
Yeah, fall right on him.
Let's get the champagne.
Hey, compadre, I've been thinking about this tax problem. Are those deductions we took for the trip to New York, you think that's illegal?
Sure, it was a business trip.
Yeah, well, you know that, and I know that, but do they know that?
Look, will you stop worrying? We've got the best accountant in town.
Well, fine, but if he's wrong, does he serve our jail sentence?
Come on. down here, Andamo. Oh, there you are. Your sales manager thought it was time to start the pitch.
Oh, yes, of course. I'll come along and help get things rolling.
Good.
Lucky? Mr. Lorimer?
Thank you. All right, settle down. You in the bar, let me have your attention. There's plenty of time for that later. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight is a great night for Darwin swimsuits.
Oh, I'm sorry, lady. Excuse me.
That's part of Darwin's new line.
Oh, boy, you know, I think we're in the wrong business. I wonder if he's got tax problems.
I wouldn't be surprised.
I don't think that we should have taken a deduction for that New York trip.
Oh, relax, will you? It's okay.
Hey, that can be trouble. Fooling with the government.
Oh, hi, Maggie. Look, we're perfectly within our rights.
Lucky. No.
Why not?
Why not?
Sure, why not? Lots of people do what I did.
Darling, you'll get into terrible, terrible trouble.
Nonsense. My tax advisor said it was perfectly all right.
Well, just who are your tax advisors? The mafia?
What are you talking about?
Oh, Mr. Lorimer, of course. He's down there in your office.
Yeah, that's where I left him.
You could at least dispose of the body.
Oh, no.
Do you suppose he had any enemies?
Tax examiner?
Do you suppose he had any friends?
Rovacs.
Oh, boy.
Oh, the good lieutenant isn't going to like this.
No telling what he'll think of that nasty, suspicious mind of his.
Don't you think we better do something about Mr. Lorimer?
Oh, it's too late for that now.
It's gone.
What?
The tax papers Lorimer had on him.
Listen, papers aren't a capital crime. Let's think what to do about Lorimer.
Well, what about it?
Yeah. What about him?
We were just going to call you.
I can't believe it.
Believe what?
I never really thought there was anything wrong with your books. But even if there was, that's too small a rap to commit a murder.
Give me credit for a little brains, Lieutenant. If I'd planned the job, I'd have done it better than this.
Had the opportunity, you had the motive. It doesn't add up good.
Well, someone else had a better motive than I did.
Who?
I don't know. But Lorimer told me he was working on another case when he came out here. He told me he had enough evidence to put the guy up for life.
Well, a name would help.
I don't know the name. But Lorimer had statements he was working on. He had them with him.
The DA would just love me when I tried to tell him that story.
Lieutenant, I know I'm on the hook. If we could find the papers that Lorimer had... Our ledger. It's gone, too.
Lucky, I don't want to believe this. But Lorimer's dead and you haven't come up with a thing. I got to take you all in.
Give us an hour.
Sorry.
All right. Take us in if you have to.
Hey, Lieutenant. Hey, look, there's the ledger right there. Was there all the time.
I'm sorry, Lieutenant. We haven't had time to find the papers.
Lucky, you'll get life for this.
Maggie, get up to the party and stay there.
Now, at this time, I'd like to turn things over to our dynamic sales manager, Mr. Roscoe Ferris. Take it away, Roscoe.
Thank you very much, Mr. Darwin.
Hey, he's got our ledger.
I'll maybe kill you. I don't want that.
okay?
Yeah, fine. Be my guest.
Not him.
Him. That's my ledger and his gun.
Some days just nothing turns out right. All right, let's go.
Why don't you relax?
Relax. Sheesh.
Well, what's the matter with you?
Nothing.
But, Andamo, I thought everything was all settled.
Oh, we're gonna be all settled in one place for a long time.
Well, surely Lieutenant Rovacs knows Darwin killed the taxman.
It's all over. Darwin even confessed.
Well, then what's the matter with him?
Well, Andamo just found out that the government has more than one tax examiner.
They got hundreds.
Oh, there you are, gentlemen. How do you do? I fear you gentlemen made a very serious mistake in last year's tax return.
Oh, boy.
After a complete study of your books, here's a report of my findings. I think you should look them over.
Compadre, you think they'll give us adjourning cells?
Oh, Lucky, I'll fight this thing. I'll get the best lawyers. We'll have you out in no time.
We have made a mistake.
Huh?
We have a refund coming of $2,413.
A refund?
How much?
$2,413.
I can arrange to have a check mailed to you if you wish.
Oh, yes, we wish. We wish. We wish. You know, Lucky, I wasn't worried, not for 1 minute. Well, let me show you to the launch, eh? Come back again next year.
Oh, Lucky, how could I have doubted you?
Oh, you never really doubted me, did you?